Hello again. Well, the piece on 500 Eyes seemed to go down quite well. So I've had another rummage in the cupboard. And we now jump to, I think, 1990 for Brave New World issue 1. It says, "Welcome to the new media zine." And in the early 90s, Doctor Who fandom was faced with a bit of a crisis, as there was no show to talk about anymore. So quite a few people still did Doctor Who stuff, but as it says here, we also covered telefantasy, drama, Captain Pugwash, media fandom itself, and this is edited by Simon, Tim and Mark, who I believe are Simon Colnut, Tim Munro and Mark Wright. There's the list. And you might notice there's a fair bit of Star Trek The Next Generation stuff in here as well. Star Trek The Next Generation was quite a thing at the time in fandom, and I've got more evidence of that in a minute. But Adric again provides some humour as he succeeds in diverting the freighter. The Doctor's not pleased because he's messed up history and Tegan's turned into a dinosaur. I like the fact she's still got her hat on. But again, lots and lots of text to read here. Great value for money. Tim Munro with a huge piece about spoofs of Doctor Who. Crackerjack, Hello My Dalek. I only saw Hello My Dalek again a few months ago. I don't think I've seen the Aladdin thing in full since. Disney Time, Dr. Emu and the Deadly Dustbins. I remember seeing that because I remember the gramophone horn they used, and they put silver foil on it to make the time tunnel. Do-it-yourself Doctor Who girl with silly girly hair. And a fold-away Pack-a-Mac. Do people still have Pack-a-Macs? I'm not sure. But yes, very in-depth article. Do-it-yourself baddie, who's got lots of evil buttons. And evil curly-up shoes. Yes, there we go. So yes, Star Trek The Next Generation Deja Q. And a bit of artwork with Q and Mr. Data with his head open. Simon Colnut has taken the episode backwards from Red Dwarf and played it backwards, and it turns out if you do that and you listen to the dialogue, you get told you've got a poor sad life. I've never actually checked that, but there we go. Alan Jeffries on The Horns of Nimon. It's Graham Williams there. What's over the page? Oh yes, Keith Topping on the play The Black and Blue Lamp, which I've never got round to seeing. But basically the idea is that it's a sort of sequel to The Blue Lamp, where George Dixon gets shot and the chap responsible finds himself in a modern police series. But yeah, you've got John Woodvine in there, Kenneth Cranham. I did find the trailer for it online the other day, so that's there. There's some Doctor Who fiction about Richard III. The line about the princes in the tower. Worse than Romulus and Remus, Perry said disbelievingly. That's by Jackie Marshall. The King's Demons. There's Sylvester as the jester. And of course it's in the universe of the Blackadder. And of course we've just done a piece on the Blackadder. But yes, the Doctor arrives. I am the Doctor. Who? Never heard of him. Yeah, this ran into the second edition of the zine, I believe. I do have the second edition. I don't know what's going on there with Tegan, because I did actually write for issue 2. I did them a piece about the clangers, because that had been released on video. There we go. Ooh. That weapon, now I know who you are. You're the Rani? Or is it the meddling monk? Omega? No, don't tell me. Next episode, lots of running around the castle and shouting before they bugger off in the TARDIS, which pretty much sums up episode 2. What's this? Oh yes, that's a piece of fiction about when the Doctor becomes an androgram. Does it affect his previous selves? And if so, does that explain what happened to Liz Shaw? Yesterday's Enterprise. There's Whoopi Goldberg. Ghostlight inspired art. And accompanying article. Very thorough again. There's really not much in the way of illustration in this one, but not a complaint from me. I would spend a lot of time with these sort of things. Ghostlight, the poem. That's by Ian Berryman, I believe. Yes, indeed. There's some nice butterflies. More fiction. Not entirely obvious what it was at first, but then I turned the page and you start to realise that it's Star Cops. I've never got round to getting Star Cops on DVD, and I understand they're very expensive these days. But I enjoyed it at the time, certainly. But it was hidden away on BBC Two. Nobody really saw it. Yes. Various characters going to the toilet. Dearie me. Star Trek The Next Generation. Can somebody do a fan dance to distract? And it ends up being Mr. Worf. Captain, this is not the Klingon way. The best of both worlds. What's square, 5 miles wide and flies through space at warp 9? No, it's not Jonathan Frakes, it's the Borg. Now, we'll return to Next Generation very shortly with another thing. Brass. Another series I've not really got around to rewatching. No, this was 1990 and I'm terribly behind with some of these things. There you are. And on the back page, a message from your Sheriff of Nottingham. Yes, sorry about the staining. And even a pie chart where all the funds went. There you go. Brave New World, issue 1. Now, very briefly, I just came across the Exospace Souvenir Convention booklet, which was about the same time. Exospace Convention in Exeter in 1990. And what's interesting is that the events do actually include, in the main hall, showing of Star Trek The Next Generation on the Sunday. No, on the Saturday even, gosh, sorry. Oh yes, because I remember, yes, on the Sunday. We saw, I think, Suddenly Human, was it? I know it got shown again. Anyway, but yeah, tribute to Graham Williams. And the video room makes interesting reading, because there was the main video room showing Doctor Who. Sunday, Day of the Triffids. I presume that's the BBC version. Aliens, Red Dwarf 2, and a video room just entirely devoted to telefantasy. So the Avengers, Sapphire and Steel, the Tomorrow's People, I know what they mean, Blake 7, Robin of Sherwood, UFO, Star Trek Next Generation, Randall and Hopkirk Deceased, Omega Factor, Fireball XL5, Blake 7, The Champions, The Avengers, UFO, more Next Gens, Captain Scarlet, The Persuaders, Sapphire and Steel, Robin of Sherwood. So yeah, we were casting our horizons a bit wider in the early 90s. And yes, certainly on our old podcast, any of that could be covered, and lots more besides. So, there you go. That's the early 90s for you. Bye bye!